Okay, so come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. It's Tuesday. Yay. It's one day closer to Friday. And I thought I would share with you, just kind of give you an idea of this little place that I have downstairs. So actually, if you look at this video, I just shot it with my phone just to kind of give you a glance. This is the green building here. We live up on the penultimate floor. And if you see, I could just come right down the elevator, and right next door is this cute little yellow shop, this little bitty bodega here. And it is filled with nothing but wine and whiskey and cheese and coffee and tea and oils. Oh, I mean, it's just cigars, pipe tobacco. Everything I love is in this store. I could literally have dinner there, and I have, right? So it's not a bad little place. But today, I got my hands on a 2021 Anciens Temps. This is a Cabernet Syrah. And I know I've seen this wine in the States. I've bought it in the States. It's about, I think it was about 11, maybe 14 euros here. And I know I've spent much more in the U.S. on it when I've gone to Total Wine or where have you, and so I think that's just an import fee. Not quite sure what that's all about. But this is, it's just a lovely bouquet on the nose. This has got black currants and pepper, lots of pepper, and with like hints of vanilla. It is just smooth. It's soft. The acids, just a perfect finish. And the nose does not betray the palate one bit here. It is just a wonderful, that's almost a black currant wine. Fabulous finish. Oh, this is a drinker, and it would go with anything. From pasta to meats, you name it. This is a fabulous one, So you get a chance to get this one. I can speak to the 2021 here, but this is just a really, really good wine. Very, it's a deep ruby red. Kind of has hints of this kind of a lilac going on there. I can barely make out the keys on the white keyboard, so there you have it. I don't think this is going to be so much of a Bluetooth manufacturing device for my teeth. Happy solving. Let's hop into our grid, see what we got. So, we have a Larry Snyder and Jonathan Kaufman construction today. I've seen these two names, but never together, so it'll be an interesting co-construction. I think this will be pretty cool. Edited by Will Shorts. Glad to see your name up there, good sir. Let's hop into our grid and see what we got. So one might be supporting or speaking. Gonna just start off with a roll. Maybe I'll be surprised. Maybe I won't. You never know what you're gonna get. Pickled vegetable in kimbap, and I think this is a radish. So if I can remember how to spell a radish, 2 D's, 1 D. Weightlifter's injury. I'm going to shoot for hernia here. Well, I shoot for it. You know what I mean. Icy shower could be sleet. Nasty stuff. Menu item. How about an option? First year college students assignment, perhaps. Maybe a dorm. I never had to mess with that mess. Oh, stood the test of time, could be to have endured. Okay, I feel good about all this. Torah holders will be arcs. Greek god whose name sounds like a zodiac sign. Oh, how about a Greek god whose name sounds like the exact same Greek god we had in yesterday's puzzle? Baltimore baseballer. How about an Oreo? Apple iOS. 1976 #1 novelty song by Rick Dees and his cast of idiots. And I know this. I had the LP. I had the big album. I think Mutti bought it for me. I must have been 4 or 5 years old. This was Disco Duck. The memories. You can tell when Gen X gets old and starts constructing grids, right? You know, I mean, it's just the stuff that comes out. Okay, so give over could be to seed. Very funny. Cardamom spiced brew. Maybe a chai. Fountain pen filler ink. Oh, my beautiful platinum John Lennon edition Mont Blanc has to have a new cap. It just disintegrated, and I have just been gut punched ever since. I miss that pen. Fatih bought it for me several years ago in Trier, Germany, right next to right at the border with Luxembourg. But the epoxy, the enamel, the acrylic, I'm not sure the material that it's made of. It just... So that'll be the price of a small house, I bet, to get that fixed. Schleps could be hauls. You see, again, I just noticed these times when I'm typing all over the board without looking at it, and yet if I think about it, I can't. It just drives me nuts. I got to get around that somehow. Achieve on merit could be to earn. Region that includes parts of Greenland and Norway. I'm assuming the Arctic. You goofball. Okay. A wish might be made on a loose one. I have no idea. Tabby. Sounds like a cat to me. I got my caps lock on here. I don't think it makes a difference. A wish might be made on a loose one. I don't know. Okay. Curiously strong mint. Sounds like an Altoid. Help! Okay. Ayuda! Hilfe! Let's see, maybe SOS? I have no idea what this is. A loose one. I don't know. Honest to goodness. Disneyland Transport. Trim. And so, I guess this could be truly. And yeah, steel support for concrete. Sounds like a rebar. Go back on one's word. Like the stereotypical gym membership purchased on New Year's Day. How about unused? Probably to renege. Broke off as a relationship. It ended? I don't... boy. Title pages could be deeds. All right, so I guess we're kind of on track here. Peanut butter and chocolate candy brand. Sounds like Reese's. Amount printed in red. Sounds like a loss. Tusked Ice Age mammal. How about a mastodon? Seems like I remember a mastodon. So that's how I hoo-hoo-kid on Pahonics myself into spelling better. Let's see. You goofball looks like a you silly goose. Okay, so now I'm really wondering what this wish might be made on a loose one. That is not jumping to me at all. I don't know what that's all about. It could be the lack of sleep. I'm not sleeping well these days, so I could be. Yeah. So dance fad of the 70s, and I think this is looking like it may be the Funky Chicken. Okay, so yeah, this is fun stuff. Don't remember how that dance went. I barely remember anything from the 70s anyway. I was very young, but like someone with an out of office, so maybe on leave. Extremely complicated as a problem. I'm gonna just shoot for a naughty thing here. And see. I'm sorry, I got a little distraction. I'm still trying to figure out what this. So a wish one might be made on a loose lash. I guess I've never heard this before, not once in my life. A lash, like is it an eyelash? If it falls out of your eyelid, then you're supposed to make a wish. Okay, cool. Con, that could be a scam. Whom to call when you have a packed house? I guess movers. Principal could be a tenant. And let's see, what a lifesaver. My hero. Dexter and Homeland are on Showtime. Person who has skill with a skillet. Okay. See if this is an Eon over here. Does this look like an Eon to you? Long time? Sure it does. Maybe it'd be that or Eos, right? I don't know what else we could put there. Like many Mount Everest guide, and I'm assuming these would be Nepali. Nepalese. Bourbon brand whose name originated from a hunting expedition, and I'm assuming here we're talking about wild turkey. And I had a bottle of the 100 and whatever proof it is, 101 I think. But cousin Mark from Pennsylvania, when he came to visit a few months back, he just decided he's going to drink that. And he left me some Maker's Mark in its place. Okay. I didn't ever drink the 101. It's like, no, thank you. Cut as logs, maybe sawed. Cowboy boot attachment, that's right. Or combat boots if you're a cavalryman. Talking sheer nonsense. How about full of it? Well, yeah. Van Gogh's bedroom in Arles. Posture could be a stance. And 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and others be primes. And make harmless as a snake, to defang. Like a person who might prefer platonic relationships. Strongly encouraged. So I guess ARO. Okay. I think urged here. So ARO. I guess I'm going to have to look into that. I'm just not too familiar with it. I don't like not being familiar with anything, so I need to know. Darth Vader's boyhood nickname. How about Annie? Like a game headed to LT because since alright, I think we're doing good as long as I didn't fat finger something somewhere. Playmate, I don't know, a pal, knocking over someone's drink, or homophonically a hint to 17, 27, 39, and 54 across. So okay, so I think we're talking about birds here. So aviation, avian, so maybe party fowl? No, we've already got that in there. Party and then fowl. All right, so like some bases or hearts stolen. Been there, done that. And here we go. Safe haven, it could be like a refuge. Rim could be an edge. Hard to read could be to encode. And past lives, not yet seen that on my list. Gridiron units, the yards. Immediately in the operating room would be stat, which I think I mentioned yesterday. It was ASAP. In fact, that's what I'd said. If it had been, if it had been empty, I would have put stat in. But then again, I'm working healthcare. So Alan Alda made your way in today. Playmate could be a pal, and many a BuzzFeed post with a list. And how do we do, Bob? Okay, this was a fantastic grid. It really was. This had a lively gait to it. It was, I think I could call this a cantor, almost a gallop. Nothing in here too terribly challenging. It's what you'd expect from a Tuesday, but there was nothing, absolutely not 1 bit, any of anything inelegant here. This was just a beautiful grid. So Larry Snyder and Jonathan Kaufman, I mean, you just totally knocked the Tuesday out of the ballpark. This was fabulous. I have nothing but glowing remarks to add about this grid and its construction. Just absolutely fabulous, and it was so fun to bring in Disco Duck and the Funky Chicken and have a little wild turkey, too much wild turkey, and now we're committing party fouls. I mean, this is just perfect. So well done, gentlemen. Let's go ahead and bring down our Bannière d'Adieu. Again, fabulous grid. Could not have asked for a better grid today. So what a lovely, lovely treat. And so until we see you tomorrow, please be careful out there and be safe and be good to yourselves. Be good to your friends and your neighbors and your family, but be especially nice to the stranger behind you in the drive-through line, or maybe standing in the line at the grocery store. One of the nice things that Germany does, right, as a whole, as a society, is if I've got one thing in my hand, or maybe 3 things in my hands at the grocery store, and someone's got an entire cart filled up, you know, they're shopping for the month, right, you know, then they usually say, go ahead, you go ahead in front of me. I think we may learn something from that, you know, just a bit. But until we see you tomorrow, be good to everyone that you can, and hopefully it'll be repaid to you in droves. We'll see you tomorrow for the Hump Day Grid. Looking so forward to that. In the meantime, be well. Cheers.